Hi everybody, welcome to a new video. This time it's not about photography, it's about accessories for your telephone. We all love the iPhone, or some of us do, others love Android phones. So at least I love the iPhone and I use it a lot. And that's the reason why, as usual, we all complain about it, the battery power is never enough. So there are a few solutions. There are like external batteries, like this one, tiny, small, and nice. But the problem is you have to take a cable along. So you will travel with this one. You will bring a cable. You will never have it on you when you need it. The advantage these things have is they're universal USB chargers, so they will charge most USB devices as long as the power output is going to be sufficient. But specifically for the iPhone, there are a few solutions by a company named Mophie, and they make these sleeves. And the sleeves are basically covers that you open up like this. And you have a top part with the camera hole here, and then you have a bottom part. Now this thing doesn't focus, so let me get this in focus, right? And the bottom part that has the micro USB plug, a space where you can put in, and I will talk about this a little bit later, your headphones or microphone, and then you have your lightning connector on the bottom. So basically how you do it is you take your phone, slide it into this one, and this is the Mophie Air version. It's the, let's say, light one, small one. And then once it's inside, you plug this one into the bottom and you have your thing. And as you heard, it started charging. It's very good because it's like totally tight, it's snug fit, and it makes the phone larger, yes. But after all, if you consider now you have many phones that are larger than the iPhone, in the end it doesn't really make a huge difference. There's also the effect of having some additional protection, and definitely the battery power is large. At the end of this video, or maybe during the video, I will show you some tech specs. I will write them down, but I won't talk about those things too much because that's not what this video is about. This video is basically about how you use these things and what advantages they give you. The advantage they give you with the Air version, for example, of the Mophie sleeve, you get about 70% of extra charge. So it doesn't quite double the time your phone will work, but almost. And one of the reasons I wanted to go into this a little bit more, let me just take the phone out of this one, is a little comparison of the Air and the normal version of the sleeve that is larger. Now large, it's hard to see it maybe, but seen like this, it's only slightly, insignificantly larger. If I put them side by side, you will see that basically maybe there's like 2 millimeters on top, and on the sides, if I put it down like this, you will see that it's also rather insignificant, the difference you have. And actually, even if you put it like this, I don't know if you can see it, maybe not, but it's slightly, the hump here is a little bit larger. So what these things have, and the fact is, well, this one's a little bit heavier, and what it will give you is more than double of the power of the iPhone, of the battery of the iPhone. So in fact, this makes a huge difference. The size difference is not so relevant. what I have seen, because I first bought this one because I thought go for the small one. And then, first of all, I'm using 2 iPhones most of the time, and I thought, okay, let's, and this one was kind of, I felt it was not keeping the power as much as it should. And consider, I mean, it's, you charge it almost every day or every other day, and therefore, I mean, the cycles of batteries are limited. So I got this one instead. And I have to say, I mean, as I said, the size difference is not huge. The differences you have, and it's not always to the advantage of the large one, is, as you see, this one, for example, on the side, just has cutouts for the control buttons. This one actually has these buttons that transfer to the controls. So, for instance, in some cases, and it's probably going to be hard to show you here. No, it's probably impossible to show you here. Yeah, no, maybe you can see it like this. There's this little thing that basically leads the switch for the vibration on the phone. And if you don't catch it properly when you slide the phone in, this may actually not work. So you will have trouble understanding whether it's on vibration or not, and actually switching it back and forth. So that's not so much of an advantage. Actually, it's a disadvantage. Another thing that is an advantage on this one is it's more protective. Like, it has this rubber ring around it, and this one does not. This one's basically just plastic. It has this kind of rubbery feel, but it's real hard plastic. And this one has this kind of rubbery ring around it, so probably if it falls down, it will, you know, help a little bit to avoid damage. What else can I say about this? Okay, there's one other major problem. If you use headphones or microphones, it will not fit. Most of them will not fit. The original Apple ones will actually usually go through this hole, but many others will not fit in here. So what you have to use is this one. And this one is really important because you're not supposed to lose it. You're not supposed to leave it at home if you plan to use your iPhone your headphone jack. And this one basically goes in, and then it's an extension, and you connect your headphone here. What you can do if you plan to use your headphone on a regular basis with the sleeve on, then you just leave it like this and carry it around as an extension connected to the headphone. Okay, these two things I can really say help a lot, especially if you travel some, if you're around, and if your power is not going to be enough for a day's work. These two things will help. Is the light one better than the heavier one? Depends on you. Really, this one gives you a little more margin on the energy side, a little more protection probably, but at the same time it's a little bit heavier. The difference is not so relevant in my eyes. What I like less is really that you have to be more careful concerning the controls, and when you slide it in, that it fits. Both can be switched from charging to not charging, so there are two ways to use these. Basically what you can do is you can turn it off and wait till the telephone needs power, and then switch it to charging. Or you can basically, as I do, leave it on charge all the time and let the telephone charge until this battery is empty. I prefer that way because also sometimes I like to use the telephone without this, and then I prefer to have a fully charged telephone, take the empty one off, leave it to charge somewhere, and use the phone at the same time. Okay, what else is there to say? Both things, they're in the sort of expensive range. I will try to find out prices, current prices, and put them up at the end of the video in a quick description of the two accessories. And so far, I have to say, if I try to get something cheap in this kind of type of product, usually it ends badly. Not as badly as like you destroy your phone, but badly in the sense that it doesn't charge, the phone gives you error messages. So in the end, I'm happy that I got this one first. I used it for like 2 years, and when I thought I had to replace it, or when I needed another one, I got this one, and I'm really happy with it. One other little note, because some of you may have seen my video about the additional lenses for iPhones. Obviously, due to the form factor of these things, nothing that would slide onto the iPhone will work with this. So if you use the batteries and you want to use, for example, external additional lenses, you will have to take the phone out of the battery, then put on this one, and then put the phone back into the battery. That's the thing you have to live with. That's about it. Definitely products that I can suggest. I also have a few external batteries, large external batteries that I also use for iPads and things like that, or many other things, even cameras, for example. Most of the Sony cameras you can charge, or the RX100 that I'm filming this on, can be charged through a micro USB port, and that's perfect. Both are being charged through micro USB ports, so actually another advantage of these things is you don't have to carry your iPhone charging cable with you, but if you carry a micro USB cable, or if you have one available, and they're probably easier to find than dedicated lightning connector cables, it's definitely going to help you and make power more available to you. Thank you very much. Hope this review helped you a little bit. Maybe if you're looking for an external battery, it may give you an impulse on what to choose. Thank you very much. If you like, subscribe. If you want to have more information, write a comment and I will try to answer it, and hope to see you here soon. Thank you very much. Bye bye.